Okay, folks, here we go again. Gonna be found some round stuff. About half inch. Pushing this Alright. So you can see the blank there laying on the anvil. And we're going to use it. Oops. Oh, I'll look this stuff up later. So that's going to be our extra large spatula blank. We got our piece in there right now. This is what we're. Everything's falling off. So this is what we're going to be using. We're going to be doing some heavy forging. Put down size. I got the ladle is done. You can check out a reel on a little short 30-second video that I did on Instagram, if you like. So we're gonna get the big. We go 3-pounder first. We're gonna force this stuff down. Get it going. All right. So we're doing the same thing we did before. We're just gonna get the hook drawn out. Okay. We got a point drawn, and we're gonna upset down, create a step like we did earlier today. Start all over. And we are going to be doing tongs tomorrow with a little bit of hammer stuff thrown in there on Patreon. We'll go live on Patreon for that stuff. If you're watching, let me know if you can hear me good. Give me a thumbs up or whatever you want to do. So I chose this diameter material for the main point of that it's going to give me more meat within the handle portion. I'm going to draw, after we get the back put in, I'm going to come down off of that probably about 4 inches and then square up the rest of it probably down to 1/4 inch. And so, and then we'll end up flattening out, maybe only 3 inches, but we're going to end up flattening out all that round stuff into a nice handle, which is going to give us the same look, but it's going to have more meat to it. The same look as the ladle. It's going to have more meat to it. It's going to feel a little better in the hand. I mean, this is a spatula, so I mean, you got to be able to hold on to it. And the one we did this morning just wasn't working out. That's okay. So we're going to step down on this. go back in there, a little more on the step. Next few heats. So we're going to be flattening this out anyways. Not too worried about the transition between the handle and the hook. It is going to be bigger, maybe. What I'm probably going to do, I'll just draw it down until we're right around 1/4 inch, maybe 3/16. Come down here on a little cutting table, has a little sharper corners. I was going to wait to do this, but I have so much other crap to do. That's not crap, work. That it just doesn't make any sense. Might as well just get it done. Now we did that on the ladle. We split the end so it looked like that and pinned on either side of it, which I really like. First time I've done it that way before. It gives it a little bit stronger connection because you're supporting the back and the front. So what we'll do is we're going to we'll do we'll do all the forge work on the handle live, and everything else is going to be done later on. I know I'm just going to roll this up another roll because I know I'm going to need to anyways, just like I did on the other one. Do a little snail shell roll to it for the scroll hook on it. one won't take. There's more forging in this. This one won't take near as long because the earlier one it was kind of exploratory. Not really wanting, not doing what I normally do. Kind of doing something new. Again, it's going to be a little bit heavier hook. We're going to take this down to from round to square by half. Okay, there's our hook. Now we're going to drop, this is 3 inches, 3-inch face. I'm going to go and mark it right here. We're going to go 4 inches. I think what we're going to do, we'll use the press. It's a little bit quicker. Plug it in. It's going to allow me to get down to size a lot quicker. I'm still going to have to clean it up with a hammer. Just kind of straightening it out. And actually, I need to put the other die in there. Oh, that's so good. I love it. So nice to have. Even though it does need a bigger pump on it, it's still really nice. Nice. Just doing some straightening here. Just put it in the other way. Hold on to the hook side. straightening. I guess I can move this back. Well, you can't see it. You guys have seen me hammer a lot, so don't worry. You're not missing out on much. I mean, that's the real reason you get a press. A press does not make you a better smith. A press or a power hammer makes you a faster smith. That is it. You still have to know the mechanics and basics and technique. Because I'm using my press the same way I would use a hammer. I'm smithing the exact same way. I'm just able to do it quicker. We're not going to need all this. We're going to get forged out, and then I'll cut it off, and I'll use the excess for like a hook or something. Now, with something like this, the absolute hotter I can get it, the better off it's going to work, especially with the underpowered hydraulic pump. I mean, I could take and run this through some die. I could make dies that are half round, top and bottom, and or diamonds or whatever, and I could run this or have a flat spot and then a ball and press a ball into the middle of this. There's a million things that we could do that I could do the same thing with a hammer, but the press allows you to do quicker. Doesn't necessarily allow you to do it better. I mean, you're only at that point, you're only as good as what your tooling is, and you know the same. So it's kind of on par with you're only as good as what your hammer technique is. And if you make your tooling really good, it could surpass your hammer technique and the ability to get there with a hammer. This is probably the last thing we do with the press, and then we'll go back to the hammer. Okay, that was quick. Now the handle for the ladle was almost 19 inches long from the hook to the bowl. Now that includes the bend, the slight bend, and in there. So and the twist. But we'll measure this before we do any decorative work and get the lip and everything done and ready to go before we do anything else. Once we get it all hammered down to about a 1/4 inch square. Now that includes flattening the actual handle piece before we go into anything else. So we're going to have quite a bit of steel here. Now I'm not trying to duplicate exactly what I did with the ladle handle. I'm trying to make them look close, so at a glance they are a set, quote unquote. And we will use the press one more time for when we do the handle. Change out the bottom die, put the flat anvil die in there, and then just go on one side of it with the press. Okay, got about 16 inches of almost 1/4 inch square. So we're going to draw that, the handle portion, out flat. Now, I need to go look to see which way. Be right back. Okay. So we need to flip this. Our hook is pointed to the right. Plug our press back in. Now we're pressing little steps and shoulders into the back side of our handle. Really, we're using the roundy die on our top die against the anvil die to fuller and lengthen our handle. We want our handle to be right around, the other one I think is right around 7 inches. Okay, that's it for the press. I'm going to leave this one a little bit thicker than the other one. For the main reason that there's a little more grip you need to have with the spatula. So something a little bit bigger in the hand than, let's say, a ladle, which can be pretty thin. We're just going to leave it a little bit thicker. Okay, now let's tie it all in from the handle into the shaft. There's no grinding on these either, except for the initial pattern that we got that I grounded it into. Basically the same as a shovel you do for a fireplace poker, especially for these really large spatulas. I mean, you're talking large spatula. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm going to have to cut off about 6 inches of this piece. So I'm going to come in, we'll draw off the end. Yeah, right about there. actually closer to 5, but I want to make sure I have enough. If it's a little bit longer, I'm not gonna flip a huge bitch about it. Upset those. I got a file laying around here somewhere. I know I do. Oh, I probably won't worry about it. I'll probably just upset this for a little bit. Upset a little bit. And then we'll call it. You guys will see the end product when I get it done. Okay, folks. So there's what we have going on. Basic handle. Right now, we'll put some nice river twists in it and everything. Stamp it, pin it, rivet it, and we'll be good to go. So there it is. Thanks for showing up. As always, much appreciated. Don't forget to go check out Rusty Hammer Forge fire sale at rustyhammerforge.com. And always, if you're not a follower on Instagram, Rusty_Hammer_Forge. And always having cool stuff come out. Trying to get more along the lines of I build it, put it up online, you buy it type of deal. But I will take orders. Just so you guys know, my commissions for my knives and everything, they're double. So if you're not willing to wait, or if I'm not making what you want, you call me up and you want something that's normally $150, it'll be $300. If you're willing to wait, I make a whole bunch of just off the wall stuff. So once again, thank you very much, everybody. I really appreciate those who follow, those who like, those who share everything, and especially those who buy. You can also follow me on Patreon. You can got tier 1 for $1, tier 2 for $5, and tier 3 for $10. At tier 2, you get Rusty Hammer Forge vinyl sticker. At tier 3, after 12 months, you get a Rusty Hammer Forge knife. So, but for $1 a month, you can see all that extra content that they get to see. in live posts that are only on Patreon. So once again, that's Patreon, Instagram, and of course, YouTube. So appreciate everybody. As always, stay safe out there, be well, and forge on.